Hello you guys, welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be continuing to do the Archon quest. It's been a while since we played it. Nahida can't transport her consciousness between people, that's what I remember. And a lot happened. I don't really feel like doing a recap, so you can just check out the video in the description to go see me playing some of the Archon quests. But yeah, I don't know how much we're gonna do today, but we're just gonna try to get through some of it. I'm guessing this is our quote-unquote first time in the desert when we go over here. But yeah, also before we jump into things, please consider subscribing. It really does help me out. You get great content and I get a subscription. That is all. Let's just get into things. Okay, let's go to Caravan Rebot, maybe? Is that how you say it? I'm not sure exactly, but yeah, we have to figure out a way to help Nahida and also stop what the learn about what the academia is doing. I remember Tignari didn't know much about it, so now we have to find someone who possibly who knows about it. So yeah, let's just I'm very excited for this, but also really nervous. Because I have no idea where this is going to be, like, going. You're here.
We finally made it to Caravan Rebot.
Caravan
Rebot. It's pretty
Rebot.
lively here.
I was close, I think.
So, just past this wall is the desert, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. Paimon remembers hearing people call this the Wall of Samiel. It's made to block sandstorms from the outside.
Ooh, interesting.
If it's this tall, it's gotta be the divine work of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata, right?
Yeah, it's impressive.
Enough gawking. Come on, follow me.
Oh, hi, handsome. I was expecting you to just show up like that.
Over here.
Oh, okay. Whatever you say. Whatever you say. Why are you running? I was just not expecting that. But hey, anything for him. I'll run for you any day. Oh.
Where did she go?
Oh, they were looking for us. I forgot about that.
How did we lose them? They were just here a second ago.
Nah.
More Eremite mercenaries? Who are they working for this time?
Probably still working for the doctor.
It seems like we were being followed again.
Yeah, makes sense.
You were too careless. You should have noticed those hopeless amateurs trailing you a long time ago.
I'm sorry. Thank you, Alhatham. Alhatham.
There's no need to thank
Hatham.
me. I've never cared to keep track of personal favors.
Okay.
All I did was correct a mistake I happened to come across. It's a habit I developed at the academia.
Okay, whatever you say.
You really gave Paimon a scare, Alhatham. We never thought we'd run into you here. Last time we met at Port Ormos,
oh my gosh.
didn't you say you were going back to the academia? Wait, don't tell Paimon that you're here to take us back on their orders.
No, I don't think so. He wouldn't have helped us, Paimon.
Oh, so you've already landed yourselves on the academia's hit list.
Yep.
I can't say that I didn't expect it.
I don't know if that's praise or you're insulting me, but I'll take as
I wish
both.
to turn you over to the academia. Don't you think you'd already be the Eremites' honored guests by now?
I don't know.
Oh, right. You do have a point.
Did you participate in the big
I have no
project?
interest in running errands for that project. As a scholar, I've always belonged to the camp that promotes researcher autonomy. And these days, you're more fascinating than anything the sages can offer.
Wait, can you say that again?
Not quite. To tell you the truth, I'm still investigating the divine knowledge capsule. Unfortunately, I've run into some difficulties.
Oh. Sorry, if this guy is ever on screen, I'm just gonna crumble.
Everyone says the capsule originated in the desert and was eventually moved to Port Ormos. If I am to get to the bottom of this, I must understand how the capsule first came to be.
Okay.
Which brings me back to you and why you're so interesting.
He needs to stop complimenting me.
The leader of Ain al-Ahmar used the divine knowledge capsule right in front of you. And upon seeing him, your expression became perplexed, and you were lost in thought for quite some time.
Yeah.
To have that kind of reaction, I think you must have realized something. Are you interested at all in sharing what you've been hiding from me?
Are you interested in sharing what you've been hiding from me? Oh yeah, world, forget me.
Haytham, you really have a ridiculous eye for detail. What kind of person even notices or remembers stuff like that?
Well, him. I just can't quite share it with you. It's very complicated.
So that's your answer. Well, I do work for the academia after all.
I would tell you, but I
considering
can't.
that, it is indeed wise to keep your cards close to your chest. But that does prove you do have some undisclosed information about the divine knowledge capsule. Am I right?
I don't know. Maybe.
No matter. Rather than simply learning the answers from you, I'd still prefer to investigate on my own.
Okay, whatever you say.
Speaking of, you two are also headed to the desert?
Yep.
That's right. We have the same plan as you. But we don't really have any concrete goals at the moment.
That is true.
Then I'd suggest starting with Aru Village. It's
Okay.
the largest settlement in the desert, so it'll probably have more resources and intel than anywhere else.
Hey, how about we head there together?
It's always better to travel with someone you know. Let's go.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. This man. What am I doing? Why actually work to go there when I could just teleport?
Before us lies Aru Village, the safe haven of the desert folk.
Okay.
Whoa. This landscape is really something else.
Yeah, it's incredible.
What a cool place. Let's go check it out.
Yeah, this scene.
Wow.
What a beauty. I just noticed that Haytham's sword.
Sino.
Do you guys always just
Unless my
fight like
memory
this?
fails me, we have barely spoken 2 words to each other before now at the academia. Would you care to enlighten me as to when and how I invited the General Mahamatra's wrath?
Oh, Haytham. Do not think you can escape my judgment just because you managed to escape my attack.
Wait, he says it right. Wait, that's interesting, because I know Paimon says all Hotham, and he says all Haytham. That's interesting, actually.
Judgment? So that's how you'd characterize your actions here, is it? Or would elimination perhaps be a more accurate description?
Interesting.
Had I used my full strength, not even this traveler would have been able to stop me.
That's what you think.
Though styled like an assassination, I sought only to ensure that my target would be unable to flee or resist. Standard practice for the Matra, as well you know.
Seemed to me more like your own personal touch.
Who is that, Al-Haytham? Did you call him General Mahamatra?
Yes. General Mahamatra Sino, head of all
What
the
up?
Matra at the Academia. He's a formidable hunter, and the ultimate nightmare for any who have committed academic crimes.
Yeah, you're very strong, but I'm just saying. Have you saved at least 3 nations? No. Come back to me when you save 3 nations, and then maybe we can talk.
You seem to have placed a lot of trust in Al-Haytham, to the point of blocking an attack for him.
Yeah.
If I were you, I'd never choose to side with him. I wouldn't believe a single word that comes out of his mouth.
You guys are like D-Luke and Kaya. That's how you fight right now.
I've been pursuing this scribe for a long time. I urge you, stand back and do not seek to defend him any longer. Otherwise, there will be consequences.
Yeah, I don't actually trust him that much because he doesn't tell us much, but you know.
Has Ethan done something wrong? Paimon doesn't think he's as bad as you've made him out to be.
I won't waste my breath explaining things. Hatham, I saw it during our fight. Take it out.
The divine capsule.
The divine knowledge capsule you're hiding on your person. Unless you want me to retrieve it for myself.
Whoa. That sounds more like a good time than a threat.
Very perceptive of you. Nothing escapes Amatra's senses.
That's why he's after Al-Hatham. That makes sense. What if we just take it?
The divine knowledge capsule? Didn't it fall into the Matra's hands in Port Ormos?
No, he took it. Yeah, he lied to us.
No wonder you speak with such confidence, Sino. But I must admit, I'm very curious. What does this capsule mean to you? And why, as General Mahamatra of the Academia, are you all alone in the desert? As far as I'm aware, the other Matra have been speculating about your disappearance.
Oh.
Have you been given a mission that's, let's say, morally dubious? If I was the real target of your mission, what was stopping you from simply using your authority and resources to judge me within the walls of the Academia?
Is this a mission from the sages?
I should have known you'd be difficult to deal with.
You two? Ugh. What you would do, Traveler? Paimon feels like we can't trust either of them.
Yeah, I don't think we can trust either of them, but it's all we have.
Look at you two, acting all tough and self-righteous over there.
Oh my gosh, my girl.
Wait,
what is up? We can trust Dia. I 100% trust her.
Great! Finally, someone that we can trust! You gotta help us out here. Otherwise, these two are gonna start fighting again!
Yeah, sure looks that way. Two giants from the Academia duking it out once and for all. Not something you get to see every day, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's a show, for sure.
Listen, I know you academic types love to fill up your big brains with self-righteous morality and lord your empty rules and virtues over each other. But how dare you bring your petty disputes into the safe haven of Aru Village?
Yeah, how dare you?
It seems like
Tell him, Dia.
someone's gonna have to beat some sense into your thick skulls until you finally learn to respect these grounds.
Yeah. Man, am I right? Neither of them.
Hey, did either of you hear a word I just said?
No, they're too busy, like, staring into each other's eyes. Whoosh.
Whoa, what's going on? The wind's so strong! Is this a sandstorm? Paimon's gonna get blown away!
Bye, Paimon.
Another sandstorm? What's up with these recently?
Hey! All of you, over here, quickly!
Candy!
We have
Oh
to
my
take
gosh,
cover!
we're meeting all of them already.
Calling for us!
Academia folks, such hard work! Move it!
All right, stop yelling.
Well, she had to yell. You guys were just standing there staring. Don't yell at my girl, Dia. I love you all, Hotham, but don't yell at her. So,
Well,
the weather.
this is pretty awkward. Paimon can hardly keep floating anymore.
My sincere apologies, everyone.
Oh,
This is the home of our village chief.
what up,
I will have
Candace?
to ask you to make do with this small room until the sandstorm dies down. Please, let me introduce myself. I am Candace,
What a
protector
beautiful,
of Aru
beautiful
Village.
woman.
Our savior has come at last! Nice to meet you, Candace. The name's Paimon.
You have a
Thank
gratitude.
you so much for helping us.
There's no need to thank me. It's only right to help each other when the weather gets rough.
Oh, she's so sweet. She's just nice.
Wow, she's so gentle
Yeah.
and caring, like a nice older sister. Unlike those guys over there.
All right. Now that we're all better acquainted, we should return to the topic at hand. As a guardian charged with the responsibility to protect my fellow villagers from harm, I was observing your conflict from afar, even before the sandstorm started. And now that you have set foot within our village itself, it is all the more my responsibility to make absolutely sure that you pose no threat whatsoever to us.
As you should.
So please, have an honest and sincere conversation with one another, and put your hostile feelings to rest.
I don't think they will be able to do that, but
If anyone
they can try
dares
their
to
best.
start anything again while they are under this roof, I will not hesitate to send them out for some quality time with the creatures of the sandstorm.
Oh, on second thought, Paimon may have misjudged Candace's character.
She's just protecting the village.
And that goes for you too, Miss Dia. Do I make myself clear?
Are they?
All right, we got it, Candace.
That's what I like to hear.
I was supposed to be a mediator, but I might have gotten a little too involved just now. Anyway, one of those two should probably start talking.
One of those two.
Wait, that was you trying to be a mediator?
Hey, Dia's. Hey, she did her best.
I have nothing to hide, so there's no shame in explaining myself.
Okay, go ahead. This is like preschool. It's like, what's your side of the story, and then what's your side of the story, and then you guys hug and make up.
While Al-Haytham wasn't wrong about the other Matra not knowing my whereabouts, it's not because I've been assigned a morally dubious mission. Rather, I've chosen to exile myself.
Oh,
Huh? Exile yourself?
why?
A little while ago, I discovered that there was data missing in the Academia's project planning and development files. What little they did report clearly did not match the project's actual progress. As General Mahamatra, I had the responsibility and authority to request an audit. However, to my surprise, the person responsible for the erroneous data was none other than Grand Sage Azar himself.
I don't know who that is, but I'm guessing that's the highest sage or
I
something.
tried to investigate the issue myself before submitting a formal audit request. But I soon found that all leads and potential pieces of incriminating evidence were carefully concealed from me. I began to realize that they were cautious of me from the very beginning. Unsurprisingly, the Grand Sage rejected my audit request as soon as the submission reached his desk. He even said to me, "The power of the General Mahamatra is granted by the sages. You have no right to judge us."
So they really are up to no good.
Yeah, who would? Yeah, I would have never thought like the suspicious group who hides away their god is up to no good. You know,
I realized then that to the Grand Sage, the Matra are nothing more than tools for the sages to assert and maintain their control over knowledge. The vows that we took, the principles that we strive to uphold,
meaningless.
they are meaningless to the academia of today.
So you decided to
I
exile
believed
yourself?
it would be wise to flee the academia before the sages had a chance to take action against me. This way, they can no longer see nor predict my actions.
Understandable. Yeah, you don't have a little Akasha terminal.
I will never give up on this investigation.
He's still wearing his Akasha
There's
terminal.
no
in
need
fact.
for someone else to give me power or authority.
Sino seems to have the same goal as us.
Yeah.
We're all investigating the sages. Plus, now that he's no longer the General Mahamatra, he somehow feels a lot less scary.
It's still too early.
Well, Sino, if that's your story, then why did you see Al-Haytham as a target?
When I was investigating the matter in the academia, I overheard a conversation between Al-Haytham and a sage. The sages asked you to investigate a blonde-haired traveler. Do you dispute this, Al-Haytham?
What?
Like many parts of the project, this assignment was undocumented.
Oh,
Now throw in your suspicious behavior with the Divine Knowledge Capsule.
I figured
And I think
the
we
sages
deserve
were
an
watching us from the
explanation.
beginning.
Yes. I was indeed tasked with investigating the Traveler.
Al-Haytham?
Let him finish, Paimon.
After all, The promised reward was so great that hardly any scholar could have refused. The sage told me, once you've completed this assignment, I can give you a glimpse of divine knowledge.
I don't think that's really worth it, to be honest.
The most enticing offer.
I mean, maybe it's just me that's just
Unfortunately, those academics don't know me at all. Their words contained one key piece of information, namely that divine knowledge indeed exists. That gave me all I needed to know.
Oh, yeah, fair enough.
From my perspective, the sages are far from trustworthy. Think about it. Isn't it a little strange they're so willing to share divine knowledge with anyone, even as a reward?
That's true.
So, I began my own investigation following the lead of the divine knowledge capsule. In the end, I realized my wisdom in committing to this rather than collaborating with the sages. Had I been less guarded,
sorry, I was going to say something, but
ended up
he's
like
talking.
that Ainul Ahmar mercenary, incapable of remaining sane for long enough to hold a conversation.
I think you guys are just misunderstanding each other. It seems like you guys have similar goals. It's just you're very, like, jump into... For researchers, you guys really do jump to conclusion. Gosh, like, you think they would be better.
You mean that the sages originally planned to dispose of you, using one of those capsules that drive people insane?
Yeah.
I'd already given up on the assignment by then. I only told the academia I was waiting in Port Ormos for you to appear so they wouldn't suspect anything.
Okay.
So it came as quite a surprise when I encountered my erstwhile target while investigating the divine knowledge capsule.
Criminals do love to talk about coincidences.
Even though I ran into the Traveler by chance, I had no intention of providing assistance to the academia. Also, you should remember, you were the ones who decided to follow me and strike up a conversation after I left that tavern.
That is true. But I was just asking for your number. I'm kidding.
That's true. Al-Haytham helped us out at
He
Caravan
did.
Rebat as well. Maybe he's telling the truth.
I'm willing to apologize if that's worth anything to you.
Wow. I feel like that's kind of big for him.
I took the divine knowledge capsule behind your back because I judged its existence to be a significant risk. I felt that it would be best for no one to interact with it before it had been properly studied.
Okay. Hey, I actually believe him.
After all, curiosity often proves to be the most dangerous thing in this land.
You should be well aware, Scribe Al-Haytham, that curiosity can also lead you to danger and suspicion. Answer me this.
Why do they hate? I still don't
share any
understand.
information about their project with you?
I think that you guys just hate each other because of misunderstandings.
Have I not made myself clear?
Yeah.
You and I are both distrusted by the academia. Do you
Yeah, I was
really
gonna say.
think they would tell me anything?
Fine. Although you haven't completely proven your innocence, I won't regard you as an enemy, for now.
I don't really get why they don't like each other that
As you
much.
wish.
Good. I'm glad to see you two clearing up your misunderstandings.
I love Candace. She's making this. I just like enjoying her
And now
time with her.
you, Dia. I believe it's your turn.
Well, what does she have to say?
Oh, sorry. Whatever the boys were talking about must have been so boring that I spaced out.
Fair enough.
My situation is pretty straightforward. My employer, Dunyarzad of the Homayani family, is friends with the Traveler and is currently recovering from her illness at home. I had nothing going on, so I decided to return to Aru village for a visit.
Yay.
I was actually looking forward to a pretty exciting time getting back together with everyone here, but then I saw these two random guys in the middle of a pointless argument. It ticked me off, and things went downhill from there.
Fair enough. Hey, I think that's fair enough for Dia.
Is that all? Well, I will admit that definitely sounds like your style. In that case, welcome back, Dia.
Aww.
That's more like it. I missed you all so much, Candace.
Oh, this is so cute. What was that
Whoa,
growl?
What was that sound?
No need to worry. Now that you're no longer at each other's throats, please make yourselves at home. I'll take a quick trip outside to clear out some of those creatures in the sandstorm.
Okay.
Creatures? In the sandstorm? Are you sure you don't want some backup?
Yeah, we can help.
Fighting in a sandstorm is not for the faint-hearted. Anyone without extensive training in these conditions is at a disadvantage.
I don't mean to bring this up again. We saved 3 nations. About to save a 4th. You know, we can help.
Yeah, just leave him to Candace.
Okay.
Don't worry. She's as tough as they come.
All good then.
The wind's died down. That means the sandstorm's over, right?
Maybe.
Candace still isn't back yet, though. Is she alright? Maybe we should go out and check on her.
Maybe.
When you put it that way, even I'm starting to feel a little worried. All right, let's go. We've been here long enough, and the boys are as chatty as the floor.
You've been out here dealing with these creatures the entire time?
Yes. They just keep coming in waves. I've lost count of how many I've defeated.
Your stamina.
Ah, here comes another wave!
Here, I got you guys.
Leave this round to us.
Was that the last of them?
Hopefully.
What we fought just now was probably the aftermath of the sandstorm. So we should be safe for the time
That's
being.
interesting. So during and after sandstorms, there's a lot of creatures that come.
Well fought, everyone. No injuries, I hope.
Yeah, I think we're all okay.
Huh? Who are you?
Ah, my apologies. I haven't had a chance to greet you yet. I had my hands full taking care of the village's elderly and children.
You're all good. Are you the village chief?
I am the chief of Aru village. Everyone usually calls me Uncle Anpu.
Uncle Ampu, I got you. It's a pleasure to meet you.
I am also originally from the desert, but I have not been back for some time now. May I ask if such sandstorms are common?
I can't say they've always been common, but recently the storms have become increasingly severe and frequent. Natural phenomena are related to the withering of Irminsul.
Okay.
Another effect of Irminsul's withering.
Yeah.
So, Irminsul's withering causes withering zones in the forest.
Sandstorms
and
and
earthquakes here in the desert?
Everything in the natural world is inextricably connected to Irminsul. These regional symptoms can indeed be a reflection of Irminsul's present state.
This is not good.
Everyone in Aru village needs to take good care of themselves. Speaking of which, why haven't I seen a single village keeper since I got here?
Village keepers.
Village keeper? Who are they? Village guards like Candace?
Does your curiosity know no bounds? Village Keeper is how Aru village refers to mad scholars exiled here by the academia.
We're new here. Is it so harmful to ask a few questions, Sino?
After a period of training in the Avidia forest.
Okay, that's sad, but it's not our fault for not knowing.
The academia believes that their crazed mutterings may have a negative effect on the psyches of other scholars.
Oh,
so,
that's fucked up.
They're forcibly exiled to the desert.
Hey, that's just like real life, kind of.
Me, it's all a boatload of nonsense.
Alas, that's exactly what we've been trying to investigate.
I'm fascinated by how you
Can
think.
you guys just not fight for like 2 seconds?
Mock me if you will, but if you are guilty, I will eliminate you, regardless of my position or identity.
Yeah, I don't. You know what? Just fight. Deuce it out. Just be like real people and just fight already. I don't even care at this point.
Oh, you're the former General Mahamatra. You must be an expert in these kinds of investigations. Thank you for your help.
I'll help too. I don't know how much I can help, but I will help.
Is it because you're reminded of Hypatia? Oh, these poor scholars. First they lose their sanity, now this!
Glad to share what we know so far.
Okay.
Do you still have any questions for me before we start our investigation?
Why do they refer to mad scholars?
One of my former subordinates told me that this title has its origins in a strange incident. The academia has long exiled mad scholars to Aru village. A mysterious phenomenon exists here. When mad scholars first arrive, they are as incoherent and deranged as before. But after spending some time here, they invariably begin to calm down.
Okay.
Initially, the people of Aru village greatly resented having to take in the mad scholars. But a strange incident one night changed that. Aru village was struck by the strongest earthquake in living memory. Seeing buildings on the verge of collapse all around him,
whatever.
the then chief of the village was preparing to take everyone to safety. Suddenly, he noticed a mad scholar crouching in a corner, caressing the ground with his hands.
Green light.
A soft, green light radiated from him, like a divine glow against the backdrop of night. Despite the powerful tremors that ripped through the ground that night, all the houses remained upright, almost as if they had grown roots reaching deep into the ground.
Oh, that's interesting.
In the end, not a single building collapsed, and no one was hurt.
That's why they're called village keepers. That's interesting.
After that, the people of Aru village treated the mad scholars with greater kindness, and began to refer to them as the village keepers.
Okay, that's interesting.
A soft green light? A mad scholar protecting Aru village?
Yeah, Nahida's powers.
I think so too. Actually, Sino, do you know if any of the mad scholars continued to wear their Akasha terminals at Aru village?
In theory, they would continue wearing them so the academia could still monitor their activities. With that said, the main Akasha system would no longer have any interaction with them.
Nahida probably did that. That's so cool.
No wonder! Everything makes sense then! Add in the fact that they calmed down, it was probably Nahida who calmed them.
Oh, Nahida's such a sweet Archon.
Lesser Lord Kusanali was definitely using the Akasha to give her power to the mad scholars!
Paimon, no one asked.
No, it's not so much that I don't believe you. I'm just struck by your reasoning.
Ah, don't worry, we
Lesser
know her
Lord
very well.
Kusanali, the current Dendro Archon. Is she really active in Sumeru?
She is, but only through Akasha, sadly.
The academia
but not
has
even
always
anymore.
placed far greater importance on the late Greater Lord Rukkhadevata.
Yep.
They've more or less ignored Lesser Lord Kusanali. And I've never had any reason to doubt their views.
Wow, you are a sheeple.
In addition,
But I guess you've
I've
changed a
never
little
heard
bit.
any stories about Lesser Lord Kusanali and her deeds.
Weird stuff.
Flush the Duke away.
I've spent many years interrogating criminals, so I can easily tell when someone is lying.
And I'm not lying.
Good! Then you should know that we're telling the truth!
That look in your eyes. I've never seen that from a liar. You two really must have met Lesser Lord Kusanali.
We have.
Excuse me.
Oh,
Are
hi.
you here to help me find my grandpa?
Oh, no, but I can help you anyways, my sweet child.
Huh?
My name is Isak.
Oh, Isak? Okay.
You'll help me find my grandpa,
Of course we will.
Is your grandpa a mad scholar?
Hey, don't say that. Grandpa is just Grandpa.
Of course he
Why
is.
do you have to call him that? It's not like he's a bad person or anything.
Yeah, he's not. He does.
I know.
But
He's just a kid.
he's literally
All
a kid.
He wants us to find his grandpa. Let's find a way to help him.
Sorry. I was only listening in because I wanted to know where Grandpa went.
Hey, no, you're all
Honest.
good.
If you don't believe me, you can ask Miss Candace.
You're back
Hi.
already.
We just had a few
We
questions.
just wanted to confirm something with you. Do you know a boy by the name of Isak?
I had a feeling he'd go looking for you.
Mm-hmm.
You knew this would happen?
Yes. Although he tried his best to stay hidden, I still noticed him eavesdropping outside the window. He really wants to get his grandfather back. He was raised by his grandfather. Unfortunately, it was only a few years before his grandpa passed away. Isak was still
That's
very young at
sad.
the time, so various families in the village took turns caring for him so he could survive. Later, an elderly mad scholar arrived at the village. Isak thought the scholar bore a striking resemblance to his grandfather, and thus often spied on the man.
Oh, okay.
However, the scholar was unkempt in appearance and incoherent in speech. Although Isak referred to the man as his grandpa, he was afraid and didn't dare to approach him. One summer night, the oft mumbling and bumbling grandpa suddenly calmed down and seemed to become more lucid. He even noticed Isak hiding in the distance. So Grandpa walked up to Isak and patted him on the head. He even took Isak to the entrance of the village, where he patiently taught the boy the names of the stars. I must continue to protect this land.
Understandable. Lucid Grandpa was probably... Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
Maybe the people have always had a considerate god watching over them.
Huh? What did you say, Sino?
No, nothing.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
As long as Isak keeps his word and doesn't get in our way, we can take him along.
He's a child, Sino. Jesus.
Perhaps you are more compassionate than I gave you credit for. Please accept my thanks on Isak's behalf, Sino.
Isak, you're gonna take you to see Grandpa.
We've cleared everything up. Let's go find your grandpa.
Really? Wow! Thank you so much!
No problem, kid. If Grandpa will find... Well, your Grandpa will be safe and sound. Found safe and sound. Jesus.
Alright. Let's ask the local residents some questions first.
We'll do that in the next video. Ooh, okay. That is it for now. I really appreciate you guys watching. I'm having a lot of fun with this and I'm loving this. It's very interesting. Sumeru is so well written. So like beautifully written. Yeah, that is it. We're gonna finish this up in the next video. Well, actually, I don't know if we're gonna finish it up in the next video, but we're gonna do more in the next video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Leave your comments. I always reply to every comment. Not right now, Kazuo. I hope you guys enjoyed. Have a lovely, lovely day or night or whatever time it is for you. That is it, and bye.